An interesting one tonight as the Byron Tigers come into town to take on the Princeton Tigers in a battle of the wild beasts of the jungle. And these are two pretty good teams. We know about Princeton. We've seen them a number of times this year, Pat. But the Byron Tigers come in fresh off of 3 straight wins, including an impressive win against Stillman Valley last week.
Right, and if you know, in the regional sectional seeding, Princeton's the number 1 seed and Byron's the number 3. And the reason why you brought up Stillman Valley is because they're the 4th seed. They're going to be going to Bureau Valley next week with Princeton.
Exactly, so it'll be interesting to see how this matchup goes. It kind of sheds some light onto the second season. Our pregame show for tonight's game is brought to us by Eureka Savings Bank. Since 1885, Eureka Savings Bank has been a proud part of the community, helping people just like you. Enjoy the game and good luck to both teams. Eureka Savings Bank, member FDIC. We're going to work in a break. When we come back, we'll set the stage for this ball game coming up between the Byron Tigers and the Princeton Tigers from Prouty Gym in Princeton tonight, right here on 103.9 WLPO. Our pregame show continues now with the keys to tonight's game brought to us by First State Bank. Locally owned, committed to exceptional service like banking products like Kasasa checking and on-the-go mobile banking. The winning team at First State Bank is your key to unlocking great banking services, member FDIC. Well, Pat, it's something you don't see very often, at least not this season for the Princeton Tigers. They come in stinging off of a loss this weekend at the Riverton Shootout to a very good Pleasant Plains team by 8. And in that ball game, Tegan Davis got himself into foul trouble early, and it really cost the team.
Yeah, absolutely. I think he got his 3rd foul early in the 2nd quarter, and that, I'm not saying put a damper on the team, but that's a big loss there. But hopefully they can rebound tonight. I mean, you know, it's no easy game tonight, but, you know, earlier on we were talking, Rick, this game here is not, their next game is a week from tomorrow on Wednesday night. So if they didn't play this, they would have had like a week and a half off.
Yeah, that was fortunate that they were able to schedule this game in between. In fact, you remember this game was set back from a while ago because there was a scheduling conflict
because of a snowstorm
with Byron because
of
the snowstorm. So that's a big deal for them. Last week, though, Princeton did put away the Three Rivers East Conference. They went 12-0 in the conference with an 80-32 win over Sterling Newman, and they cruised to a 30-point lead at halftime in that ball game. Davis had 29, Thompson 22, LaPorte 14, but it was a different story on Saturday as they lost by 8, as we said, to Pleasant Plains. Thompson with 18, Monroe 14, and Lawson with 11. So it'll be interesting to see how they come back after a loss. Last time they lost, there's only 2 losses this season. They came back and played pretty well, and I think that was the game actually we saw here where they played Bureau Valley and ended up taking them apart pretty
Correct.
well.
And you're going to see a lot of zone from Byron tonight, so it's going to be interesting to see how they react to that.
This Byron team plays in the Big Northern Conference. They're going to finish 3rd in the conference overall behind Rockford Lutheran and Rockford Christian, 2 really good teams who, in fact, are playing tonight to determine the conference champion in the Big Northern. So that'll be an interesting one. I don't know if we'll have a score on that one before the evening's up. But Rockford Christian 28-1, and Rockford Lutheran like 21-9 coming in. So it'll be interesting to see how that works out in that ball game. But other teams in that conference include Dixon, Winnebago, Rock Falls, Stillman Valley, North Boone, Genoa, Kingston, and Oregon. So that's a very tough basketball conference overall. We're going to take one more break. When we come back, we'll have the national anthem and the starting lineups for you here from Prouty Gym in Princeton tonight. The Princeton Tigers in town trying to defeat the Byron Tigers tonight from Prouty Gym in Princeton. In town to take on Princeton, and let's take a look at the starting lineups for this ball game. For Byron, they'll go this way. Carson Boozer, a 6'3 junior, will be one of the starting guards, along with Ryan Tucker. Tucker, 6'3 and a junior as well, a great three-point shooter. Nick Kessler, a 6'3 senior on the front line, number 20. Braylon Kilduff, 6'3 and a junior, also in the starting lineup, along with Caden Considine, 6 foot, and he is just a freshman in the starting lineup tonight for Byron and their head coach Matt Hewells. For the Princeton Tigers, they'll go this way, their normal starting five. Tegan Davis, one of the starters, 6'2 and a senior, averaging 17 a ball game. Also 6 rebounds and a couple assists per contest for Tegan Davis. Also for Princeton, Court Lawson, one of the starters tonight, 6'3 and a junior, averaging 6 assists per contest. Grady Thompson on the front line, a 6'4 senior, averaging 23 a game. Noah Laporte, the sophomore, at 6'3", averages 10 a contest. And Colton Monroe, a 6'6 senior, averages 8 a game and 2.5 assists per ball game for Coach Jason Smith. And the Tigers, who come in with a record overall of 28-2, Byron 19-8 on the season. Byron offensively averaging 58.7 per ball game and giving up 49.5. Princeton scores 69 a game and gives up 45 per contest on the season. And we'll see what kind of matchup we end up with here. By the way, our opening tip for tonight's ball game is brought to us by Bill Walsh Automotive Group. Here's a tip for you. If you're in the market for a new car or truck, the only place you need to check is with BillWalsh.com, where you're sure to score a winning deal. Princeton in their white home uniforms trimmed in blue. Winnebago in their black uniforms trimmed in orange and white for the contest tonight. Place filled in late here tonight, but still another great crowd here at Princeton. Ball is in the air, and Byron comes up with the opening tip.
Straight man-to-man by Princeton to start the game.
On the outside, Carson Boozer bounces a pass to the wing. Ball knocked away, finally picked off by Laporte for Princeton. Good pass in traffic. Taking him, missing the layup is Davis. And then going to have a held ball situation here. Princeton has the arrow. And yeah, Davis almost picked up a foul right there. Just underway here at Princeton. No score, 7:41 for the first quarter. Inbound play, Davis has it way out front. Skip it back to Thompson to Davis as they swing it around. Here's Lawson over the top, and he throws it away.
Both teams starting off with a turnover.
Yeah, Monroe was breaking the wrong way there that time, and Lawson threw it the opposite direction. Here's Booser with it out front. Look inside to Kelser. Bounce pass comes across. 3-ball in the air. Rimming no good by Ryan Tucker. And the rebound taken down again by Laporte for Princeton.
Tucker had a slow delivery there. I know he's one of their best shooters, but it looked like he needed a lot of time there.
Now the turnaround banker shot no good by Thompson that time. And so both teams a little cold starting things off. A rainy night in Princeton. We're tied at 0 here. 6:45 for the first quarter. The pass goes inside. Now a spin move, left-handed baby hook is an air ball that time by Braylon Kilduff. Back the other way. Here's Thompson in traffic. No. Put back up and in to Keegan Davis.
Davis just hanging around.
Yep. He just finger rolled it right over the edge of the rim. It's 2-0 Princeton. A minute and a half into the ball game. Here's the ball out front, goes to Kessler. Swing it now over to Ryan Tucker. Tucker hands off. Good pass underneath, taking it up and missing the shot on the inside. That time was Tucker, and ball goes out of bounds. It'll go back to Byron here as they'll inbound it right near their own bench. 6:08, quarter one, 2-0 Princeton, and a very herky-jerky start for both teams.
Yeah, it really has been.
Inbound play coming, goes into the backcourt, nearly stolen away by Laporte. And finally it goes off of him and out of bounds, but that was a heck of a play by Laporte.
It was.
Kind of a one-man full-court press.
Yeah, and Byron was just sitting there waiting for it so they could use the whole court instead of just the half.
Nick Kelser is glad that he ran out of real estate on the sidelines, did Laporte. Now the pass goes to Boozer. Loses his man for a moment, now gets the return pass. Look inside, shot off the glass is missed by Tucker, but he's fouled. To go to the free throw line here to shoot a couple.
I believe that's on Thompson.
Yep, first foul of the ball game goes against Princeton. 5:46 for quarter one. 2-0 Princeton. You'd say Tigers, but they're both Tigers tonight. Free throw no good by Tucker. He'll get one more. He's a really good three-point shooter, I'll tell you that. I've watched some film on him. Mm-hmm. He had one ball game where he had 6 threes earlier in the season. Second toss is good. So he cuts the Princeton lead in half. It's 2-1 in favor of Princeton.
Now it looks like Byron's going to a 1-2-2.
Yep, here's Monroe out front. He throws it away. It's deflected. Picked off in traffic by Considine. He's got it out front. He's got Davis on him. Byron looks like they want to slow it down some.
Well, I'm sure they're going to try to use as much possession as possible.
Here's Considine way outside with it now. Give it over to Kessler. Outside shot for 3, rimming no that time by Boozer. And here come the Princeton Tigers back with the basketball. Here's Monroe. on the right-handed dribble, left side. Now gets it straight away to Lawson.
Byron's going to have to hit those open shots.
Yep.
He was wide open for that.
They're not going to get much inside, I don't think, against Princeton. Laporte has it. Try to get it inside to Davis, and it goes off of Thompson and out of bounds. Another Princeton turnover.
That's 3 turnovers already on Princeton.
Three turnovers, only 1 basket so far, but they still lead it 2-1 as the Princeton defense has been pretty good so far.
And if anybody was playing any offense right now, they'd be up about 6 or 8 points.
You're right. Here's Considine with it way outside. Get it to Tucker. Throws the pass inside, nearly stolen away. 3 ball in the air is good this time and knocked down by Nick Kessler. 4-2, Byron.
They go right back in that 1-2-2. They really want to shut that middle off.
They're trying to do that. Skip pass comes across to Lawson. He steps inside. Now looks underneath. He gets it to Davis, who lays it in. Nifty pass by Court Lawson.
Great court awareness there by Lawson to hit Davis on the baseline. He's got all 4 of Princeton's points early. 4
all the score at the 4-minute mark for the first quarter. In a very low-scoring game so far where neither team has really been able to get their offense on track. Now the ball tipped away by Laporte. He comes up with it himself. He'll bring it ahead on the right. Now the left-handed dribble takes it up inside. He's bumped and fouled. He didn't make the shot, but he'll go to the line here to shoot a couple. They called that foul on Tucker. That's the first foul against Byron as a team. 3:48, clock stopped here in the first quarter. We're tied at 4. Laporte to the free throw line for a couple. First one is hard off the back of the iron. We'll get one more here. Averages 10 a game. Also averages 5.5 rebounds per contest. Does the sophomore Noah Laporte.
We'll see if they go into a full court press here.
Second toss is good. 5-4 Princeton.
Nope, you're straight man.
Yep. Here's Boozer with it way out front. Look to the right side. Now bring it around. 3 ball down range. Shot no good this time by Kessler. Laporte, who's probably got a half a dozen rebounds already in this game, goes inside and has the ball slapped away from him as he spins in the paint.
I wasn't sure if he lost it.
I wasn't either.
Yeah,
it looked to me like he just lost the ball, but Princeton may have gotten a little break right there. Up by 1. 3:25 now to go here in the first quarter. Get it to Monroe. Quickly outside. It goes to Davis. His shot for 3. Rims no. Going to have a loose ball foul called against Noah Laporte, I believe.
Or Monroe.
Oh, they call it on Monroe.
Oh, wait, they called
that against Byron?
Yeah.
Really? Raylan Kilduff get the foul. His first, team second. Outside in the inbound play. Thompson buries a 3 from the right wing. And it is 8-4 for the good guys in blue and white.
Now they're in that 1-3-1.
And another steal for Princeton as a turnover for Byron here.
That's 3 turnovers right now by Byron.
But Princeton returns the favor as it's picked off by Boozer. He'll bring it ahead himself, takes it in, lays it in off the glass.
Princeton with 4 turnovers early.
First 2 for Boozer. 8-6 Princeton. Here's Monroe way outside with it to the baseline. Shot in the air for 3, no. But Thompson fouls up his own shot, gets the rebound to Davis. Launches a pass all the way out front to Lawson. Throws a little hook pass around. Now Thompson gets it on the baseline. Back to Lawson again. Steps inside the arc. Backdoor lob. Ball knocked away, and now Thompson is going to pick up the personal foul.
That'll be his second.
That's big right there with 2:25 remaining in the first quarter. And action immediately on the bench as Thompson will go sit down, and they'll bring in Christian Rosario, who plays almost as much as the starters on this team.
If you're Byron right now, you got to make a run. With their best player right now is on the bench with 2 fouls.
Yep.
I don't know how much longer he's going to be on the bench, but you got to make a run
now,
if you're Byron.
He'll probably be on the bench, I would think, for at least the rest of this quarter.
Right.
And there's 2:17 to go in it. 8-6 Princeton. Ball knocked away. Laporte seeming to be everywhere defensively. Knocks it out of bounds. And Byron will inbound it near near their own bench.
Laporte's doing a great job anticipating the pass.
Yeah, he is. He's quick. There's no doubt about it. When a lot of these guys graduate after this year, Laporte will be the guy next year. Now a reach-in foul is going to be called against Lawson for Princeton. Already 4 team fouls. We saw them do this against Bureau Valley. Remember, Pat, a couple weeks ago, where they just got a bunch of silly fouls early. So that's the 3rd team foul they're saying. They didn't put up a 4th. I thought there was 4.
I got 3.
Okay. So 8-6, the ball to Byron to get it out front. The ball knocked away, then picked right back up by Boozer. Good behind-the-back pass to Tucker.
Wow.
And he didn't make it, but he was wiped out by Davis. And he'll go to the line to shoot 2.
That was a heck of a play there by Byron.
It really was a great pass by Boozer, and he hit Tucker right on the numbers, and he got fouled on the way up. So Tucker, who made a free throw earlier, is right back there again to shoot 2. First free throw is good. He's now 2 out of 3 from the line. Pulls his team back within 1. Phillips in for Princeton. Lawson takes a little rest with 1:45 remaining here in the first quarter of a very low scoring and not necessarily pretty game so far. Second free throw is good by Tucker. He has 3 points. We're tied at 8.
No, the only problem is right now, you're giving Byron confidence right now.
You are. You're letting them hang around. Backdoor cut. Davis tried to get it. Lost it. Ball taken away. And again, another turnover.
6 turnovers by Princeton already.
There's Boozer outside. 3 ball in the air. Is buried this time by a guy who just came in. Jack Hively, a 6'2 junior. And it's 11-8 in favor of Byron. And Princeton just looks flat right now.
Well, their best players on the bench. 2 fouls. You dug deep. And you know, Byron's a quality team, so we'll see what happens.
Minute 10 to go here in the first.
And if I'm Coach Smith, I need to get Monroe down on the baseline. Not out here. He's not a threat out here.
No, he is not. He's got the ball right now. Skip pass comes across Phillips for 3. Bucket ties the score at 11.
Big shot there by Phillips.
He plays a lot of minutes for this team, too. In fact, until Monroe became eligible to play early, he was one of the starters.
Right.
Now there's a good blow by Boozer as he goes in and lays it in. Bad defense by Princeton right there. We're down to 35 seconds to go in the first half.
Very close to a double dribble there by Laporte.
Gives it up outside Phillips again, this time for 3. Rebound tipped around, and chasing it down is Davis for Princeton. We're down to 22 seconds. Another 3 ball in the air, pops in and out. Rebound Phillips. He goes up and is fouled on the way. And he'll go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Call the foul against Caden Considine for Byron. His first is the 3rd against the Byron Tigers with 15.9 seconds remaining here in the first quarter. Princeton trailing by a couple here, 13 to 11. Free throw by Phillips, line drive. Whoa,
that really was.
Popped in and out. Got to put a little air under that one.
Starkey's now in for Monroe for Princeton.
Braylon Kilduff after a quick break back in for Byron as well. Starkey, who's instant offense, comes in for Monroe. May not get a chance on offense here. Second free throw by Phillips is good. So Princeton trails by 1. We're down to 13 to go here in the first quarter rather. Outside with it is Boozer into a double team. Gives it up. Tucker in the air for 3. Rimming no. Big rebound by Laporte. Brings it ahead and throws it away, but they weren't going to do anything with it anyway. Played through the first 8 minutes of a very herky-jerky ball game so far, and Byron leads it by 1. 13-12 over the Princeton Tigers after 1 period of play here at Prouty Gym in Princeton, and we're back after this timeout. scores at all?
No.
Okay. Byron with the basketball to start the second period. They're up by 1, 13-12 over Princeton. Ball on the outside goes to Boozer.
Big story in the first quarter is Princeton with 7 turnovers.
Yeah, not good. Not good at all.
Thompson back in the game.
Thompson back in with the 2 fouls right now. With it outside is Case and Newton just came in at the end of the first period.
I'm surprised that Princeton's staying in their man-to-man just because of the foul trouble they do have with him.
That's exactly right. Here's Newton with it out here. Now gives up his dribble. Brings the pass around to Jack Hively, who's in the ball game. Bouncer down low. Ball knocked out of bounds by Tegan Davis. Kind of ball hawking it right there.
Yeah, he really was. Well, I think he has to be a ball hawk if he's going to be a defensive back for Iowa football team.
Yep, he's playing the passing lane right there. On the inbound play, Considine with it down low. Wild shot. Rebound Davis. He wants to run with it. He'll bring it ahead himself. But has to pull it back out as Byron is back defensively rather quickly.
Byron's going now man-to-man, just switching it up again.
Here's Davis outside. Looks to Lawson, who's back in. Now skipped a pass across and a held ball as Laporte was tied up. And the arrow favors Princeton here.
Stays here.
7:01 for the first half. 13-12 Byron.
I'm not sure there was a jump or there was a lot of ball.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Or a lot of hand, too.
Yep. On the inbound play, here's Thompson. Thinks about a 3, gives it up. Straight away, they bring it to Davis, to Rosario. He's double-teamed, looks across to Thompson. In the paint, 12-footer on the way, rolls in. Got a dead bounce off the back of the bracket and rolled it in, and Princeton has the lead back by 1. 5 for Thompson.
Great job there penetrating, getting in the middle of the paint area.
Here's Tucker with it. Launches a pass cross court to Newton. Newton with Rosario all over him, nearly lost it. He did lose it. Rosario with the steal. 1 to beat, puts it up, no, but he's fouled. He had Davis hanging around behind him. Newton picks up the foul. His first is the 4th against Byron as a team, so we're even in that category. Rosario to the line to shoot 2. Hasn't scored yet. First trip to the line right here. Free throw in the air is good.
15. He brings a lot of energy.
He does. Makes a lot of things happen. He's the leader on the team in charges taken.
Looks like Monroe's coming in for him.
After the second free throw here, if he makes it. Second toss by Rosario is good. So Monroe back in to play on the defensive end. 6:24 for the second quarter. Princeton with the lead by 3. Just some token pressure in the backcourt put on by Lawson.
They're like on a 4-0 run to start the second quarter. Princeton is.
Here's Boozer with it way outside the arc on the right side. Bounces it over to Newton. In traffic, short corner, bring the pass back out to Tucker. Tucker in the paint, forces one up. Shot rejected by Laporte. I think that was a goaltend.
I agree with you.
I didn't think that was even close.
I'm not sure that the referees know what goaltending is.
Well, as I once said, when you got a bunch of vertically challenged referees out there who've never seen things like that, they don't know what to call. And that's what happened right there. Laporte looked like he was way too close to the basket to make that knockaway, and ball goes back to Byron here. And Princeton caught a little break. They're up by 3. 5:55 to go in the first half, and Byron just comfortable, just taking as much time as they need here. Here's Tucker popping out for 3, rattles it home, and a timeout taken by Byron here. 5:46 remaining in the first half, and the score, Princeton 16, Byron 16. We're back to Princeton High School and Prouty Gym after this timeout.
63, Byron 37. And one score at the end of the first quarter, it's Streeter 16, Reed Custer 12 at the end of one.
SITK Kitchen and Bath is our sponsor for scoreboard updates all season long. And that last three-pointer by Tucker was sponsored by In-Home Healthcare Connection and IHCC Hospice, providing home health, hospice, and caregiver services. Locally owned, In-Home Healthcare Connection at IHCC Hospice is here for you.
Now
Find
Byron's
out more at ihcc.care.
Byron's going back to their zone.
Monroe loads up a three, and he rims it in and out, and now a loose ball, held ball. Laporte in there trying to rake it out and have a held ball, and Byron has the arrow this time. That's not where you would want Monroe normally taking that shot. Not when you're struggling to score.
Yeah, especially with Byron, they don't have a real strong big team.
No, they got a decent overall team size. A lot of guys in that 6'2", 6'3" range, and they don't have any really big size up front.
There's nobody that matches up with Monroe.
Long three ball is a wild shot. That time it was taken by Hively, and the rebound taken down by Lawson for Princeton. Bring it to the corner to Davis, outside to Monroe. Back to Davis, backdoor cut. Thompson puts it up, no. Puts it up again, no. Rebound Tucker for Byron.
He's struggling a little bit tonight.
He is.
He has 5 points.
Here's Boozer, beats his man again and lays it in. And
the problem with Boozer taking that shot right there, Thompson didn't know what to do with two fouls.
yeah, he had to back away.
Right.
So Byron with a 2-point lead. Here's Lawson, loses one from up front. Couldn't get it to go. And here comes Byron back the other way with it again, and it's stolen away. Hively was out of control. Ahead comes Laporte, and he goes on the runway and knocks down a slam.
Great defensive play down here by Davis. Looks up, and there's Laporte wide open for a dunk.
Yep, Laporte just took off as soon as the steal was made, and he just beat everybody down the floor. Three ball in the air. Good again that time by Ryan Tucker.
We know early on, you said he could shoot it. He's definitely showing it right now.
He's got a couple of threes. He's got 9 points so far, and a 3-point lead for Byron. Inside 4 minutes to go in the first half. Here's Davis, lines up a three. His shot rimming no. Weak side rebound pulled down by Hively for Byron. Bring it ahead to Boozer, walks it into the front court. Outside they give it to Kessler, and as he goes inside, has the ball go off his knee and out of bounds, it'll go back to Princeton.
6 turnovers right now on Byron. 8 turnovers on Princeton. 6 on Byron.
For the first time, Kai Aiken, a 5'10 junior, in for Byron.
Laporte's taking a seat too.
That's his first rest of the night, I think.
Yep. What's interesting, they have Rosario, and he's playing the inside.
And Monroe just got away with a travel, missed
walk.
the shot. Thompson, though, got the rebound, puts it up, no. Puts it up again, he's fouled. Go to the free throw line for a couple. Thompson is just struggling every place right now.
That might be a second on Tucker. It is.
So now, Coach Matt Hewells has to make a decision whether he's going to leave his star in the game.
Bro, there it looked like definitely Monroe took off 2 steps.
Oh, he did. Yeah, he got an extra one on the runway. First free throw by Thompson is good. Brings his team back within 2.
He's got 6 points on the night.
3:26 remaining in the first half. One more coming here. We'll talk a little bit about the regional sectional complexes for both of these teams at halftime. Second free throw is good by Thompson. He has 7. Princeton back within 1. Outside is Boozer. He's got Davis on him. Changed the matchup there. Backdoor cut, taking it in, laying it in. The guy who just came in, Kai Aiken.
Nice little slips cut there, and he was wide open at the basket.
Got the backdoor cut. Here you go. Lead back out to 3 for Byron again. Here's Monroe. Outside the arc, right side. Skip pass comes across. Thompson open for 3. Book it. Tied at 23. Thompson lighting it up. He's in double figures with 10. Averages 23 a ball game. 2:40 to go in the first half. Backdoor cut again. The same guy, Kai Aiken again, lays in another one.
They're so worried about the shooters. They're getting out on the shooter, but they're leaving him he's slipping back to the basket every time.
Byron very fundamentally sound. Here's a backdoor cut again. This time Thompson beats his man and lays it in. So the defenses have kind of fallen asleep here the last couple times on both ends of the floor. 12 for Thompson. We're tied at 25. 2:10 to go in the first half. Aiken way outside with it now. Here's that back cut again and an acrobatic shot.
I'm not sure what that was, but it went in.
Wow, it doesn't have to look pretty.
It in, spiked it in, but it went in.
Jack Hively was the one who got it to go. And the lead back to Byron again by 2.
Over and back.
No, I think he got away with it because the ball was tipped.
Boy, I didn't see it being tipped.
Well, apparently the official who was right next to it did. At least he thought he did. Anyway, now the ball knocked out of bounds goes back to Princeton. Laporte comes back in. Rosario back to the bench for Princeton here.
The referee he sort of shrugged his shoulders to the Byron coach. So I think he didn't realize that it was over back. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Here's a Monroe back cut, tries to get it to Davis, knocked out of bounds by Boozer.
You got to get the ball to Thompson right now. He's got the hot hand.
Yep. Thompson's going to inbound it here, but a lot of times that's the most dangerous guy on an inbound play.
It's coming right back to him.
There it is. There's the handoff. Nope, they didn't fake it that time. Now they get it to Thompson. Fakes the 3. Gets it to Davis in traffic. Double team. Shot no. Gets his own rebound. Shot no again. Rebound tipped outside. Picked up by Aiken for Byron. Minute 12 to go in the first half. Here's Considine with it. Skips a pass over to Aiken. Way outside to Carson Boozer. 27-25. Byron.
You see Byron's going to bring it out a little bit. They're going to run some clock here.
Under a minute to go in the first half. Score is just where Byron would like it.
Yeah.
Now the ball knocked out of bounds by Tegan Davis. It'll go back to the Byron Tigers.
Rosario's coming in for a little more speed to guard against, because they're spreading it out right now, Byron is.
So Monroe goes back to the bench. Also back in Carson Newton for Byron. And he gets the ball on the inbound play. He's going to have Rosario on him as he walks it back into the front court.
Got about 45 seconds left before halftime.
And Rosario nearly had another pick. There's Boozer with it. He traveled with it right there. So there's another one that they missed. Now on the bust out, one to beat is Rosario. Muffs the shot. He just lost control of it on the way up. Wasn't even touched.
Not really good basketball all of a sudden.
No, it is not. Here's Byron with it. Bring the pass across. Long 3-ball shot, no good. That time by Newton. We're down to 16 to go. Princeton looks like they were going to try and work for the last shot. Here's Lawson. Way out front, we're down to 10.
We go with the 4 low here. Lawson's going to try to get into the rim, and if they help, they'll kick right out.
Now here's Lawson. Takes it up. Shot no good, but he's fouled with 2.6 seconds remaining here in the first half, and he'll have a chance to tie this game up. Court Lawson, the 6'3 junior, to the line here.
That was on Newton, his second. Lawson has yet to score this first half.
Free throw is in the air and very hard off the back of the iron. We'll get one more here. They take Thompson out with the 2 fouls and bring Starkey back in for Princeton. One more free throw coming here for Court Lawson. Chance to cut the Byron lead in half. 27-25. Second free throw is also no good. Tegan Davis goes for the rebound, and then it goes off his foot and out of bounds with just 9/10 of a second remaining. Must almost look like a wet spot.
I was going to say, if he doesn't slip, I think he has the ball.
I think so too. Inbound play coming here, and Byron just wants to get it in bounds, and they do. Tucker tried to take a shot, and it was erased by Tegan Davis at the horn. An interesting first half of basketball, not necessarily a poetic one at all. 2-point lead for Byron over Princeton here at the halftime break. 27-25 the score. It's been pretty much that way the entire ball game so far. No big lead for either team. I think 3 points might be the biggest lead that either team has had. So 27-25 Byron here at the halftime stop. We're back with our halftime show after this timeout. Here's a quick scoreboard update brought to us by Someone's in the Kitchen.
Big Ten basketball, Penn State 68, Illinois 57. That's with 13 minutes to go. That's a huge Big Ten game.
It is
huge.
huge.
If Illinois loses, they're in a little trouble. Fresh soft score out here earlier, it was Princeton 63, Byron 37. Halftime score, it's Streeter 34, Reed Custer 25.
Our scoreboard updates all season long brought to us by SITK Kitchen and Bath. Make this year the year you update the inside of your home. Sit down with the SITK design team and imagine together. Find out more at somekitchen.com. Also, normally we'd have a heat check by now, Pat.
Yeah.
Neither one of these teams is really heated up yet, but if you need a heat check, whether your home is too hot or too cold, and right now, today, it might be too hot. It was a nice day today.
Brady might have had a heat check there. He went on a little run there for about 5 points straight. So
that's true. But remember, Town and Country Services is doing whatever it takes to keep you comfortable in your home. Whether you need a heat check or a cooling check, they're there for you. Our three-pointers in this ballgame are sponsored by In-Home Healthcare Connection and IHCC Hospice, providing home health, hospice, and caregiver services locally owned. In-Home Healthcare Connection and IHCC Hospice is here for you. Find out more at ihcc.care. Well, it's been, to say the least, a work in progress for both teams. Neither team has looked very good, and I'm not sure, Pat, if it's lack of execution or if it's both teams really buckling down defensively.
I think both teams are buckling down, and I think you get two quality teams, and both teams had a little foul trouble early on, and and both teams are trying to put some little wrinkles in to the other team and see what they have.
We're going to take another break. When we come back, we'll look at the first half numbers. We'll also have a look at where these teams will line up as far as their second season is concerned, or both are in the same sectional complex, but not in the same regionals to start things off with. So we'll see what happens with that as far as that's concerned. Another break coming up. We're back after this. host Princeton Tigers by 2. Here to look at the first half numbers is Pat Chanot.
Byron in the first half was 6 for 9 from the twos. They were 4 for 10 from the three-point line, 3 for 4 from free throws with 7 turnovers. On the other hand, Princeton was 5 for 16 from twos, 3 for 8 from the three ball, 6 for 10 for free throws, and 8 turnovers.
8 turnovers, just a ton in this pace of a ball game for Princeton, and they're going to have to tighten that up here in the second half if they want to come out with a victory. And we're going to work in one more break. When we come back, we're going to talk about where these teams line up for their second season. The regionals coming up starting on Saturday, not for these two teams, but a lot of regionals will open up on Saturday afternoon/evening. And a lot of our locals will be in action on Saturday as well. We'll talk about that coming back right here on 103.9 WLPO. It's the last break. It's 90 seconds. As far as the regionals are concerned, Princeton has basically a first-round bye, and they'll play the winner of the Bureau Valley Hall game on Wednesday evening at 6 o'clock at Bureau Valley. And then they would, if they win that ball game, they would be in the championship on Friday, February 24th. For this team from Byron, they're in the Rock Ridge Regional. Both of these feeding the Orion Sectional.
Let's get back to Princeton, though. I mean, depending on how they come out tonight, that means they got an 8 days layoff until they play again.
Exactly.
You know, and that would be, if they did, you know, hit the wall tonight, that'd be a 2-game losing streak going into that one.
Not exactly where you want to be. So Princeton will get the basketball first to start the second half. They trail by 2 against the Byron Tigers.
Byron, the 1-2-2 again.
Lawson with it out front. Yep, they've got that kind of a matchup zone look to it. Look inside as Laporte with it. He forces it up into a double team, and he's fouled and will go right back to the line. Seems like every time Laporte has touched the ball, he's done something good tonight.
Absolutely.
I think they've got to look for him a little bit more in the second half.
That might be on Considine.
It is. His second is the first of the half against Byron. Laporte back to the line where he missed a couple earlier.
He's 1 for 2.
And now he's 1 for 3 as he misses this one.
He's going to make this one.
Princeton still down by a couple. 7:41, just underway here in the third quarter. Second free throw is good. You're right, Pat.
See, I've seen the game before. I just won't tell you the final score.
Okay, you're going to keep us in suspense. 1 point Byron lead. They have the ball here early in the third.
Princeton staying the man-to-man.
There's Tucker with it now. Brings it to the wing to Boozer. Boozer straight on between the rings. Now looks to the left side. Now the ball thrown away by Laporte again. He's got a bundle of those tonight. In traffic, tries to go up. He's fouled again.
That might be on Considine. Nope, it's not going to be on Considine.
It's not on Considine. It's on Braylon Kilduff.
It's his second.
Oh, no, they called it on Kessler. I thought Kilduff was the one who looked he looked like he got it. They were going to say that foul was on the floor, Pat. Interesting. I thought he was going to the free throw line again.
Thought it was the right call again. I never disagree with the
Oh,
referee.
no, you never do. Here's Thompson open for a long three, leaves it short. Tried to get his own rebound, but Boozer beat him to it. He'll bring it ahead to the outside. Here's Kessler with it for three. Shot no. Monroe down low for the rebound.
That's where Monroe has to be on the defensive end, but in the offensive end, he needs to get down low too.
Yep.
He's way too far out.
Yep, he's 22 feet away from the basket, and he's got the ball right now. Now he looks to go down low. He gets it near the free throw line area, hands it off to Lawson, who drives inside. Just the old split the post play.
Nice little give and go there.
That's right, and Lawson laid it in, and Princeton has the lead. First two for Court Lawson. 6:27 for the third. There's Boozer with it outside. Good entry pass down low. And the shot, though, is missed by Braylon Kilduff, but he's fouled by Monroe, and he'll go to the line to shoot two. First foul on Monroe is the first foul of the half against Princeton. Clock stops, 6:22 for the third. And Braylon Kilduff, the 6'3 junior, to the line to shoot a pair, and the first one is very good.
It's his first points of the night.
Tied at 28. It's been a close ball game, if not necessarily well played by either team so far, at least on the offensive end. Second toss is short. Rebound fought for, and Laporte, another board for Princeton. He brings it ahead. Sees a crease for a moment, now gives up the ball. Down low, here's Thompson in traffic. Lets a man fly by and puts it up and in.
14 points on the night for Thompson.
Princeton up by 2, 30-28. Tick near the 6-minute mark for the game's third quarter.
We got to remember, Thompson's got 14. He sat probably, 3-4 minutes.
Yeah, he did.
With the second foul.
Now they get it down low to Kilduff. Spin move against Monroe, and that's way too easy.
Nice little left-hand move there.
Kilduff's not that big at 6'3", and Monroe at 6'6", and he just used him. Back the other way. Thompson inside again, lays it in again. He's got 16 now, and Princeton back up by a couple. Here's Tucker way outside. He's got Lawson on him.
Very close to a push-off there.
Considine just gave Thompson the business and got away with it. But Monroe just redid the favor back the other way as he knocked down Tucker. It's been a physical ball game. Now a double team. Here's Considine down low. Takes it in and lays it in.
Once again there, if you noticed, Thompson did not challenge Considine there because he's got the 2 fouls. He's worried about getting number 3 early.
Well, not only that, they double teamed out front, and that's what caused that to happen.
9 turnovers now on Princeton.
A bad pass right there. Back the other way. Laporte with the block. Put it back up. Shot no. Fighting for the rebound. I think that's Thompson's third. The loose ball and bodies were flying, and Thompson got
Laporte's limping right now. That's a huge injury.
And he's got an ankle problem too.
I think it's his knee. Looks like his left knee. He's really.
I don't know. He's got his ankle taped up, so we'll see.
I'm surprised they're not getting him off right now. I mean, why wait?
Yeah, here's Tucker to the line to shoot a couple. Been pretty good there tonight. Free throw is good. We're tied at 32. Excuse me. Just put the point on the wrong side, didn't they? I thought they just put it up on the home side. Free throw is good.
Yes, they did.
Yeah, they did. 34-32 is the correct score. I don't know a lot, but I know which side is the home and which side is the visitor.
Laporte is going right back to the locker room, so that's not a good thing for the Tigers right now.
They might be retaping that ankle. He missed the last game we were here against Bureau Valley, remember?
Yep.
So 2-point lead for Byron now, and Princeton looks a little disheveled.
Well, it's because when Monroe gets the ball out there, he's not doing anything with it.
No,
he's just a passer.
He's not a threat out there at all. They just play off of him. Here's Davis down low, has the ball ripped away. Nice defensive play made right there by Kessler. And Byron just doesn't care. They're just walking the ball up and down the floor. They've totally controlled the tempo of this game. To the wing it goes to Considine. He's a slasher and a driver. And now the ball taken away. Tegan Davis still fighting for it. And a held ball.
It's going to stay here with Byron.
Going to stay with Byron.
Very close to a turnover there from Byron.
Yeah.
Good hustle on both ends.
34-32, Byron. 3:47 remaining here in the third quarter.
We said early on, Byron wants to score in the 50s.
Princeton would like to get it to 70, yeah.
Yep. Right now it's favoring Byron.
Yeah, the whole pace of the game has. Here's a blow by Boozer. Good pass inside. Missing the shot, though, is Considine. A ball loose on the floor again. Going to have a held this time, and this one will go to Princeton.
Good hustle there by Thompson.
Rosario into the ball game. He was one of the 3 white shirts on the floor for that one.
If you're Byron right there, that's a point-blank layup. You got to make that.
Yep, it is. So Thompson with the 3 fouls stays in the game. Here's Monroe. Nearly threw it away. That was a dangerous pass across the face of the defense. Here's Thompson open for a minute. Shot for 3, rimming no. Fought for and finally controlled by Byron. Here comes Boozer with it. On the right-handed dribble, now gives it up. Looks to the outside and finally is able to get it to Considine, who has it slapped away by Rosario. Considine's like a little truck over there.
For a little freshman, he's a pretty strong
he
kid.
Is very strong.
But the Considine name's a big name in football.
Very athletic name in the state of Illinois. With the basketball is Tucker again. Now 3-ball, long range downward.
That was really deep.
Really deep. And the ball finally taken away by Davis. Ahead to Thompson. 1 to beat, takes it in, lays it in.
That right there is when Princeton's at its best.
And a timeout taken by Princeton here. 18 for Thompson, 2:34 remaining in the third quarter. With the score, Byron 34, Princeton 34. We're back after this quick timeout.
Rochelle 33, LP 28.
That game over at LP tonight.
Want to thank Lucas for the scoreboard update, and also want to give a shout out to some people at the Mayo Clinic that's listening to us. Karen, Jack, and Shelby, and good luck to Karen on her surgery on Thursday.
Scoreboard updates, by the way, brought to us by SITK Kitchen and Bath. Long downrange pass thrown away by Boozer.
That's 11 turnovers right now on Byron.
Looked like he was going for the touchdown in the corner of the end zone and overthrew it.
Right there, though, Princeton caught him off guard. Little press.
Made him pick the ball up where he didn't want to.
Laporte's back in. Monroe's on the bench.
Rosario has the basketball to Thompson. Get it inside to Laporte. Takes it up strong and lays it in. Rolled around, finally saw the bottom of the net. 2-point lead for Princeton. 2 minutes even to go here in the third. There's Carson Boozer with it. Bounces a pass over to the outside to Hively, who nearly lost the boy. It's rough when you get the ball.
Those two are really going at it.
They are. Now here's Tucker, tried to get something going, and it was rejected again by Laporte. But as Davis tried to run it down, he stepped on the line. Is that Laporte down again?
No, that's
not
Rosario.
Laporte, that's Rosario. He looks like he turned an ankle. That's not good.
No. And you know what's
trying
weird?
To walk it off.
Both times have been down at that end. I don't know if there's a slippery spot or what.
I don't know. We've seen players slip in a couple spots out here tonight.
Right, but it's mainly been that end down there.
You're near the doors.
Yep.
It's a warmer night. Temperature still in the 50s. And on the inbound play, I don't know what happened. Byron fell asleep, didn't realize Princeton had the ball, and Davis just took it in and slammed it home.
It's the old trick play where you have everybody down here and defense falls asleep, then you take off.
4-point Princeton lead. I think this is their biggest lead of the game. Minute 25 till the end of the third. If they win by 2, they'll be talking about that for a while. Here's Considine. He tries to shoot the gap, and he was tackled in the lane. I don't think he was in the act of shooting, though. Laporte picks up his foul. The foul is first.
Could have been a numerous. Oh, they're saying it was on the ground.
Yep, thought so. Considine goes back to the bench. Straighten out his shoulder pads after that one. Inbound play, they have to launch it way out front as Kai Aiken, who was instant energy for Byron when he came in the first half, is back in right now. There's Boozer with it, with Davis, and also Phillips, who's in the ball game for Princeton, paying attention to him. Way out front, we're down to a minute to go here in the third quarter. There's a shot, a wild one by Boozer. He kind of lost it on the way up.
I don't know if he lost it or if there's hands on it. If you're Princeton right now, I say you bring it out.
Yep.
You're up 4, go up 6 before the start of the fourth quarter.
38-34, we're down to 42 seconds remaining here in quarter 3. Laporte with it, fakes the pass, now takes off. Spin move inside, may have gotten away with a travel, but he did get fouled on the way up, and he's going to go to the line again with 35.8 seconds remaining here in the third, and a chance to stretch out the Princeton lead here. They're up by 4. They called that personal on Jack Hively.
It's his first.
Third team foul of the second half. Excuse me, they called it on Kilduff, not Hively. That's his second. Free throw by Laporte again. Hard off the back of the iron. Seems like
Laporte always misses the first one and makes the second. Okay.
They're going to get Thompson out of the ball game for the last 35 seconds of the third, just so he doesn't pick up a fourth foul. That's smart move. Monroe back in for him. Second free throw by Laporte is again long. He's just struggling from there tonight.
He's 2 for 6.
He only shoots around 50% from for the season. Low 50s.
If you're Byron here, I think you need an answer because they haven't scored in a while here.
I think if I'm them, I'd try and take the last shot. Try and get this down to 1 or 2. Three-pointer pulls him back within 1. Way outside with it is Kilduff. Swing it around. We're down to 8. He's way out front. I don't know if he knows how much time, but that's Tucker with it. Now he goes up, has the ball stripped away by Lawson. On the bust out, here's Davis. He's not going to get the shot away, but a good defensive play. Left Tucker wanting on that last shot. So we played through the first 3 quarters of this one. Interesting ball game. Princeton now with the lead after 3. 38-34. Princeton over Byron. We're back after this timeout.
To 7 run there.
Byron with the ball to start the final period. Near midcourt, they get it inbounds to Boozer. He's got Tegan Davis on him. Gives up his dribble. Now straight away it comes to Tucker. He's got Monroe. That's kind of a tough matchup for Monroe that far out. And a 3-ball, though, is a wild one by Tucker. That was about a 25, 26-footer.
But we know that he can shoot it. So, I mean, that's not uncommon.
That's a long-range shot, though, for anybody. And the ball just went out of bounds, and Princeton gets it back and says thank you very much. Now that zone trap again by Byron. And Monroe just threw it away.
Well,
Lawson was looking to cut.
Lawson was on the cut, and then Thompson was right behind him there. So the spacing wasn't real good.
Nope. We'll
see if Princeton's defense can step it up again.
You know, Monroe hasn't even scored in this ball game tonight.
He's got one foul.
Yep. And there's Aiken again, slashing to the hole. Can't get it to go. Rebound, Princeton. Ahead it comes to Lawson on the run out, and he lays it in with the left hand.
They love transition baskets.
They do.
That's Princeton basketball.
6-point Princeton lead now. 7 minutes even to go in the ball game. And Boozer gives up his dribble, and Byron is forced to take a timeout period. 6:58 remain. 40-34 in favor of the Princeton Tigers over the Byron Tigers, and we're back after this quick timeout. Byron gets it back, but Princeton here in the second half on a 15-7 run. Now with just under 7 minutes to go in the ball game, Byron needs a hoop.
And I believe the last 6 possessions, Byron has not scored. So it's been a while since they've scored.
40-34 Princeton. With it way out front is Hively. Skip across to Aiken. Now to Boozer. Boozer drives inside, takes the shot, no good. Rebound Monroe for Princeton.
He got to the rim, they got to finish.
Monroe walks it ahead, looks to the wing.
Princeton needs to just get it right into Laporte. He's got a mismatch.
He does. As they say, he's got a mouse in the house down there. Trying to split the post here again. They get it to
traveled.
Monroe just traveled. He just hasn't gotten into the flow of this game at all.
That's 12 turnovers. And they caught him that time. We felt a few times earlier he traveled.
Yep. 6:18 to go. 6-point Princeton lead. But Byron still very much within striking distance here. Here's Boozer with it in the backcourt. He's picked up by Tegan Davis. Go to the wing now to Kessler. Swing it around back to Boozer. Here's Tucker. Probes the defense. Now gives it over to Boozer. He tries to drive the baseline. Got caught underneath. Luckily was able to get rid of it. Get it to Hively. He's got a long 3-ball in the air. It's way short. And Davis the rebound for Princeton.
Tell you one thing, Princeton's defense has really stepped up because they're really forcing the shots way outside.
And in traffic, Davis tries to take it in. He's stripped, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line to shoot a couple.
Boozer, that's his first.
The 4th team foul against Byron here in the second half. 5:40 to go in it. And Davis to the free throw line to shoot 2. He's got 6 so far on the ball game. Tegan Davis averages 17 a game, and Princeton just killing themselves at the free throw line. First free throw was no good. And these aren't just hitting and rattling out, Pat. I mean, these are
hard.
Really clanking back there. Second free throw rolls in. 41-34, Princeton. 5:35 to go.
Byron has scored 7 points this half in about, 11 minutes?
Kessler just got away with a double dribble right there. He's got the basketball, trying to drive the baseline, floats one up there, shot no good. Rebound finally controlled by Davis for Princeton. Gets it ahead to Thompson, outside the arc, right side. He's got Kessler on him. Uses him for a moment, now gives it up to Monroe as Princeton goes into that little wheel offense. Here's Lawson to Laporte. Inside goes to Monroe, gets it inside, the shot rejected. He's kind of off stride.
I'm not sure how they could call that it's Byron's ball. It's Princeton ball.
That's got to be Princeton ball, and they corrected themselves. The official on the far side had a better angle at the call, and he came over and said, hey, I think you might want to reverse that, and they did. It's two officials working well together to get the call right. Inbound play here. Was tipped for a moment. Kind of hit Thompson in the face.
If you're Byron, you got to get a stop. Princeton, just keep the accelerator down right now.
That's
you
right.
got a 7-point lead with 4.5 to go.
Make good passes, and that ball nearly stolen away. Thompson has it. Now Monroe just loses another one. Hit him in the hands and just went out of bounds.
13 turnovers right now on Princeton. But the positive is Byron's not answering. You know what I'm saying?
This is a game Colton Monroe is going to want to forget. They look inside now through the Byron Tigers to Kilduff. On the shot inside is rejected. Here's Monroe. He loses another one. He had a layup and he just lost the ball. It's inexplicable at this point, Pat. Not trying to get down on the kid. I know he's trying as hard as he can, but
you're almost at the point. Just take him out for a minute, settle him down, and
just talk to him a little bit and say, "Hey, we'll be back. Come on." 41-34. Princeton's this score hasn't changed much in a while. Now inside, a runner shot, no good. Rebound by Laporte. He's bumped and nearly knocked down, but was able to maintain control. Now he loses it from behind. Ball slapped away. In transition, the shot no good by Kilduff, but there's going to be a personal foul against Princeton. It's on Lawson. Fourth team foul on Princeton, but this will be a two-shot opportunity coming up here.
Byron has not scored this quarter.
And there's 3:55 remaining in it. Free throws coming here for Nick Kessler. Free throw is good.
And when I say that's their first point of the quarter, they've had a lot of layups or two-footers that they've missed.
Yep. So Monroe goes to the bench just to get for his own health right now. Second free throw rolls in as well. And a timeout taken by Byron here. This is a full timeout period. You know, Byron's got another game tomorrow night. They've got to travel over to Rochelle to take on the Hubs, who are at LP tonight. And at last report, they were beating LP at halftime in a close one.
Yeah, it was Rochelle 33, LP 28. That's a halftime score. Another score halftime was Streeter 34, Reed Custer 25. Earlier out here it was Princeton 63, Byron 37.
I think we've got an update coming from the LP Rochelle game right now.
At the end of the third quarter, we have Rochelle 51, LP 46.
Scoreboard update brought to us by Someone's in the Kitchen and SITK Kitchen and Bath. So this is a full timeout period taken by Byron. Timeouts left. Princeton has all four of those. Byron is down to 2 remaining. 5-point lead for Princeton. They also have the possession arrow, which could be key at some point in time here in the last.
I think you're going to see Byron come out and press a little bit. But on the back end, you cannot allow Princeton to go get layups. That's what they love is transition.
There you go. They're extending that 1-2-2 zone to full court. Inbound play coming here. And they're able to get it inbounds to Thompson. Cross court to Lawson. They're looking to trap him. They get it across to Thompson. Over the timeline, backs to Lawson and Princeton into their offense. Laporte didn't realize how wide open he was. Good dump down to Davis, and he lays it in.
Great pass there by Laporte.
9 now for Davis, and it's a 7-point lead for Princeton. 43-36, 3:30 to go.
This is danger time right now for Byron. They have to score every time
Little
down.
Baby hook shot, no good by Kilduff. And a loose ball foul will go against the Byron Tigers here. This will be their 5th team foul.
I believe that is on Tucker.
It's his third. So that's kind of a big one. Byron stays with their full court pressure. Nope, they're going to back it off now. They're going to back it into a, what is it, almost like a, is it a 1-2-2?
Yeah,
or is it a 1-3-1 almost?
1-2-2.
Yep. And Princeton says, okay, stay back in the zone. We'll just stay out here with the ball.
Yeah, you don't have to be in any hurry.
No.
If I'm even Princeton, I bring the ball out to half court. Just keep on dribbling.
Skip pass comes across, nearly stolen. Taking it inside, shot rejected as it went off I think the head of Kilduff.
It did. Coach Smith's wanting a foul over there. Thompson did take it strong.
Aiken back in, replacing Kessler for Byron. Thompson to inbound it for Princeton. To the outside now to Lawson. Swing it around to Phillips, who just checked in a little while ago for the Princeton Tigers. Thompson's just way away from the basket. He wants them to come and match up, and they do. They're in a man-to-man now. Outside, Phillips thought about a three, now dribbles inside. They let him keep going, and as he goes inside, he's just ripped and fouled right there going up.
That was an obvious foul.
Kilduff got the foul right there. That's his third, and now 6 team fouls against Byron. So anything other than a player control now against Byron will result in free throws for Princeton, which may or may not be a good thing as Phillips misses another one. You're going to have to check and see how many Princeton has missed tonight later on.
Phillips is 1 for 3 from the line.
Clock stopped, 2:42 to go. Second toss is good. Princeton's lead is out to 8, 2:40 to go.
They've only scored 2 points this quarter, Byron.
There's Boozer way outside. He's got Davis on him. To Considine, he got away with a travel, but the shot's rejected. Here's Davis, 1 to beat, takes it in, leaves it off. Shot put back up and in by Thompson. Thompson just hanging around. Now the ball stolen away by Davis. And they're going to say he ran on the sideline, I guess.
Not sure what they called.
I think they called Davis stepping on the sideline.
Oh yeah, they said he was out of bounds.
Yep. That's a tough call for that official from half court.
Right.
He made that call. He was literally about 1 step inside half court and made a call on the baseline.
Yeah, very interesting call.
Yep. So Byron may have caught a little break right there, but they're down by 10 now with 2:15 to go. They've got to start shooting some shots. And again, Considine got away with a travel.
Very close to a travel there. He shuffles his feet.
I don't think he does. He's not the tallest guy trying to play inside, and he tries to get that little extra lift and shuffles his feet nearly every time. Byron retains the ball after it was blocked out of bounds. Now they throw it all the way into the backcourt. They may have thrown it away. They did. Wow. Byron's coming apart like that Christmas sweater that your Aunt Ellie Mae got for you.
I didn't know she got me one.
Well, you didn't because it already fell apart.
That's 12 turnovers on Byron.
Timeout taken right here by Princeton, I believe, with 2:09 remaining. They haven't marked it on the board yet. Princeton took a 30-second timeout. We'll remind you that Princeton now will be idle until they play their first game in the regional on a week from
next
tomorrow.
Wednesday.
Week from tomorrow, they'll be at Bureau Valley to take on the winner from Saturday's game between Bureau Valley and Hall.
And that's a 1 o'clock game at Hall.
That's right.
But Princeton's had success against both those teams. I believe out of the 4 times they played, probably all 4 might have been 30-pointers.
Yeah, they might have been running clocks every game. I'm not sure, but we could look that up at some point in the future. We're back in action tomorrow night as we head to the St. Bede Academy to see their last regular season game against the Putnam County Panthers.
Putnam County's got a very interesting regional, too.
They do.
Their second game, they could be playing Yorkville Christian, who...
They went there and beat them in overtime.
Right.
But that was when they had Pishka as a point guard, and I don't think he'll be back. So 10-point Princeton lead as we tick towards the 2-minute mark. Here's Davis way outside with it.
Little man-to-man
If I'm Byron, I start fouling right now, and they do. This is going to be a 1-and-1 opportunity here.
That's on Tucker. It's his 4th.
Kilduff got it, and that's his 4th. And the 7th team foul, and Phillips, who just split a pair moments ago, goes there
He's
for the one and maybe now.
He's 2 for 4 from the line.
Kessler back in, Aiken to the bench for Byron. Free throw by Phillips is good. They'll get the second. Lead out to 11. One tick inside, 2 minutes to go for the ball game. Unless somehow we get to overtime.
I don't see that in the near future.
Second free throw, no good. Rebound taken down by Byron. They get it to the front court in a hurry. Here's Tucker way outside. Goes to Boozer. Back away to Kessler. Here's Considine again. Tries to put it up. Shot rejected. Ball loose on the floor. Still loose on the floor. Finally picked up by Tucker. Taking it in and laying it in on the backside. That's Braylon Kilduff, and another timeout taken by Byron. They have just one remaining now. That's 5 for Braylon Kilduff.
I don't believe there's enough time for Byron to come back, but the only positive is they're going to do a lot of fouling, and Princeton has not done a real good job of making free throws. So
no, not at all.
And they're going to try to extend the game as much as possible. But you got to take your hat off to Princeton's defense. Hold them to 38 points. They've only scored 2 points in this fourth quarter.
Yep.
And a total of 11 points.
And that was the basket. That was the basket was just scored too.
Yeah, right.
So a minute 36, I believe, remaining. I say believe because they have the countdown clock for the timeout on the board.
But then
minute 36.
If you're a Byron thinking you held Princeton at 47, you think you have a pretty good chance of winning this game.
You would think. In fact, if you told me right now that Princeton would only have 47 points with a minute 36 to go, I'd have said they're probably in trouble.
Right.
So Princeton will trigger full court pressure here
Full
by
court
Byron.
man deny.
Get it inbounds, and now they're going to call a foul before the ball is even inbounded against Ryan Tucker, and we'll go to the other end and shoot.
No, it's against Princeton.
Oh, really?
Yes,
they called it on Phillips. You're right.
Yes.
5th team foul, but this would have been a player control anyway in that case. They did not signal that,
no,
Pat. So basically just a turnover on Phillips' foul right there.
Princeton's really D'ing up, and the referees are really paying attention because there's a lot of talking going on, too.
Inbound play here is Considine, gives it up. 3 ball in the air by Boozer, pops in and out. Rebound taken down by Lawson, and he's fouled, and he took a little exception to the hammer job, I think, by Considine.
Be a 1-and-1 now.
Oh, they called it on Kilduff, 23, not 33.
That's his 5th.
And he's just fouled out of the ball game with a minute 31 remaining. So Lawson will go to the free throw line to shoot a 1-and on the 8th team foul against Byron here.
Lawson's got 4 points on the night. He's 0 for 2 from the free throw line.
Lawson's a guy who has his hand on the ball late in games, and he's got to learn how to make some free throws as he misses the front end of a 1-and. That's like missing 2 right there. Now the long 3 ball is no good. And the rebound taken down by Thompson. He's in trouble, and he takes a timeout period just to keep from turning the ball over. Smart move by Thompson. They still had 3 timeouts left, so this will be knock it down to 2 with a minute 18 to go. Yeah, we were talking a little bit about some of the regional assignments in Class 2A, Pat, but in Class 1A as well. St. Bede is in action on Saturday as they entertain Streeter Woodland, and then if they win, they'll take on Marquette on Wednesday at Midland. So that's another one of the locals that is in action.
One quick scoreboard update. Mendota 49, St. Bede 46, the end of 3. So that's an interesting one, and like you said earlier, we have St. Bede tomorrow night.
Scoreboard updates brought to us all season long by SITK Kitchen and Bath. Here's Thompson with the ball inbound. Still in the backcourt, finally gets it over the timeline. Looks to the inside to Davis, who gives it up, nearly lost it. Princeton brings it back out front, and they're going to foul Lawson.
Smart foul.
Yeah, he's 0 for 3 from the line and just missed the front end of a 1-and-1. But Byron just hasn't been able to put the ball in the hoop the second half.
Not at all.
They scored only 11 points this half.
And only 4 this quarter.
Free throw by Lawson, short again, tipped up, no. Ball still loose on the floor, and Laporte tried to save it, and he commits a foul. But this only the 6th team foul, so not a shooting.
That doesn't hurt.
Foul there, second on Laporte.
If you're Princeton, though, you don't need any more fouls. I mean,
Nope.
you got 6 right now, so
Exactly.
you don't need to stop the clock right now and put them on the free throw line.
Minute 5 to go. Tucker with it. Gets it into the front court in a hurry. He's got Davis on him. Now the ball loose on the floor, picked off by Tegan Davis. Nearly traveled with it right there. Get it to Thompson. That's the guy you want to have it. He takes it inside, and he's just butchered. And he'll go to the line now.
I'm sort of surprised that they're still attacking. Why not bring it out at Europe?
Yeah, you don't have to score.
No.
All you have to do is keep them from scoring, and you can do that by not giving them the ball. They called that on Considine this time. It is his 3rd. 10th team foul, though, so every foul is a 2-shot opportunity now for Princeton. Free throw by Thompson rattles home. He'll get one more. He has 21.
He's had a nice game.
Yep. And he sat out some in the first half with some foul difficulty. Second free throw is good as well. 22 for Thompson, 49-38 the score. Long ball by Tucker, no. Ball loose on the floor, still loose on the floor. Picked up again and then stolen away by Davis. In the backcourt with it is Thompson. Gets it into the front court, and I don't think Byron's going to foul anymore. As Princeton's going to dribble it out, we're down to 25 seconds to go. 49-38 looks like, barring something weird happening, will be your final score. Princeton will go to 29-2, and Byron will go to 19-9 on the season. They've had a good season as well, but they hung with it for the first half. Princeton, believe it or not, the Princeton defense was the difference in the second half.
Absolutely.
In this one. Final score, Princeton 49 and Byron 38. And we're back to Prouty Gym in Princeton after this timeout.